So your question is vague, though. What do you mean by what is a gay
Well,
Republican
but
who's gay?
Okay.
Or a gay man who's a Republican?
Right. So here we are. What is your full name?
Charles Lopiccolo.
Charles Lopiccolo. We're here with Charles, and there's a question that always comes to mind because I know I've talked with Charles, and he's an active member of the Republican Party. And the question is, what is a gay Republican? And just in your own words, your own opinion, what do you think? How would you answer that question?
A gay Republican is a Republican who's gay. And the reason why I say that is because there's large varieties of opinions among gay Republicans. But I think the commonality that all gay Republicans have is they believe in the principles of the Republican Party as far as smaller, more efficient government, less intrusiveness into people's personal lives by the government, and a general principle of liberty. Usually the kind of principles espoused more by Barry Goldwater and Ronald Reagan and Rudy Giuliani, that kind of republicanism.
That's a very concise way to put it. I appreciate that. Now, other questions that come up, and it's just very interesting to a lot of people because sometimes when I talk in the gay community, they don't understand it. You know what I mean? Do you get that sometimes? And what is your answer to that when they say, well, how can you be gay and be a Republican? What is the... It almost seems like it's an oxymoron.
Why?
Because it seems like the Republicans, for the most part, and I'm not labeling everybody,
right.
Don't get me wrong here, don't embrace homosexuality as an equal way of living your life.
Well, I think that the Democratic Party has been more efficient in quieting those people in their party who don't agree and who despise gay people. But they have a lot of them. A lot.
Interesting.
It's just the Democratic Party is more efficient at keeping them quiet and out of the papers.
So, gay Republicans, in a sense, are just Republicans that believe in homosexuality, obviously, because they, in fact, are homosexual, right?
Yeah.
And, some of the beliefs that we think Republicans hold are like no gay marriage. That's big right now.
Most gay Republicans believe in gay marriage. I don't know if a majority of gay people believe in gay marriage. But I can tell you that most of the gay Republicans I know do believe that gay families should have the same protection. Gay marriage, okay, no one decides whether there should or should not be gay marriage except two gay men or two gay women, okay? Whether the government is going to give equal protection to gay families is the issue.
What about the constitutional amendments that seem to be coming from the Republican side? It's
not just the Republican side. It's not just the Republican side. You're not going to pass those referenda with just Republicans. A lot of Democrats voted for them also. I will say, though, that the power structure of the Republican Party has been more cooperative with supporting it than the Democrats have. And I think that's disgusting.
Because, do you personally believe that there should be constitutional amendments to states or to the Constitution? Not only the states' constitutions, but the United States Constitution. Go ahead. To amend it to put that in that there should only be marriage between a man and a woman. One man and one woman.
No, absolutely not. I don't think that governments should pass laws to openly discriminate against a certain class of people, because that's actually what those amendments do.
Right.
They single out gay families and specifically look to deny them protections of the law.
What is the reaction you get from other Republicans in your... What group do you belong to? You're a member...
I'm president of the Lauderdale Beach Republican Club.
President of the Lauderdale Beach Republican Club. It's not anything to do with being gay.
It's not a gay club.
At all.
No. It's
What are you...
absolutely straight club except for me. And one other member.
What reaction do you get from your fellow members?
They do not believe government should be singling out any group of people. It's more of a progressive conservatism. And that's really the principle that we've been seeing develop. I was very active in the Rudy Giuliani campaign, and I was shocked when I saw the reaction of some people that within their party, because remember this was a primary, so I was only talking to Republicans, that there were people that did not consider him to be conservative. Well, what they were used to was Republicans, and they said he's not a Republican. He's not a Republican. This guy symbolizes Republicanism up north. And what happens is we, unfortunately, in the party have not been as effective at denouncing people who are hate mongers.
Why is that? Why do we have the image that Republicans seem to be about, on our view, or my view, sometimes hateful speech?
Because the party has not denounced these people.
Why? Why don't they denounce them?
Because Republicans don't fight well amongst themselves. They really don't.
That's interesting.
That's why the Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment never criticized another Republican. It's why you didn't have the disaster that was going on within the Democrats. It didn't happen, and we had many more candidates than the Democrats did because they just quiet down and they get down to work. And unfortunately, that has meant a lot of very hateful people have gotten themselves camera time. And
so it's almost like the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Squeaky wheel gets the camera.
Gets the camera, exactly. And so that's why we have this sort of face. But what is it that, I mean, you know, I've asked you this question. I think I have to ask it again because I'm not sure if I have a clear picture. And it's only because I'm interested about being a gay Republican. And is it, in your view, what is a gay Democrat compared to a gay Republican?
Let's look at what is the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. I think if you're a socialist and you truly believe in the principles of socialism, you should be a Democrat. Because that, above all things, is really what the Democratic Party has come down to.
But isn't socialism a whole separate movement?
Then what? It's not separate from the Democratic Party, no.
Okay.
The belief of using government to control all aspects of society is a socialist one, and it is what the Democrats do. Okay? And it's completely antithetical to where the Republicans are coming from. Government should be limited to what government has to do and nothing else. Okay? And that's the fundamental difference between Republicans and the Democrats. Okay? Now, you can't take either, you should not take either of them too extreme. For example, there has to be some government. Okay, I think you saw the craziness of the Ron Paul libertarianism. I mean, basically, government should do nothing other than protect the borders and
would let the states fend for themselves.
And let the people fend for themselves. It's not that Ron Paul was against states' rights versus federal. He didn't think government, either state or federal, should do much. It should be left to the people. Well, that's a libertarian view of things. Okay, it's not the view of the majority of the Republican Party, obviously, but it's a philosophy that fits much better in with the Republican Party than with the Democratic Party. But it's an extreme of the Republican Party.
PL Productions, 2008.